Hello, Americans. Another friend that subscribes around the world. Back here, man. Slide off. This morning, up we got a pretty big. Keep getting these gusts, man. It is so smoky. The fire is I should say one of the fires. Once south, east, west, north, they're everywhere. But the one closest to us had basically jumped. Ember started another one from the Oregon fire. Now started I think it's called the Tartar fire or something. I can't remember. But anyway, I believe that it was around 20,000 acres or something like that when I went to bed and got up this morning, and it's right at 100,000 acres. And now we're getting these gusts. It's a steady blowing, probably 8 or 10 miles an hour, but we get these gusts, man, 20 to 30 miles an hour just all of a sudden. They're coming from the northwest. The fire, man, has blown up, and it's almost to Weezer, Idaho. Now you can't even see me. It's went across Highway 95, and it's pretty dang close to Weezer. And then they have evacuation on notice and stuff for that county, Washington County, which is actually the county that my daughter lives in. And it's not looking good at all. And today around, I think we're taking him, Red's got that motel room and stuff's got to go in for a procedure tomorrow morning. We're taking him up to the, he's got a motel room. So we're taking him up to the motel room today. Then he stays, and then we're actually getting up in the morning and going up and then taking him over to the hospital. Alright, out here in the trailer just looking at things. You can see, I kind of poked around in there with my knife like you've seen me do in the past. If you're new to the channel, welcome to the channel. But I think the ends of the framing, I think, are rotted out. So, probably not something I'm going to address right now, but I definitely think I'm going to end up having to rebuild those two corners, which ain't no big deal. You can see they obviously had water damage, so what I'll do is end up tearing that whole piece of paneling off there, replacing the paneling, replacing the framing behind. Probably the same thing on this side, both sides. Do that. And then this up here, see, they were getting a leak, and then it runs down the walls around the window, runs down, and then hangs out. The water just soaks the bottoms of the framing, which is probably 1x or 2x3s. I haven't dug in. Anyway, so it ends up rotting them off. So I'll definitely do that. And then I noticed right here, it's squishy. I didn't notice that. That I noticed before I bought it. That right there actually got me $500 lower. Actually lower than the price that I originally offered, because I found it after I'd offered a certain amount. And then I saw, wait a second. Because that's, if I didn't do it myself, if you paid somebody to try to do that, or if somebody tried to pay me, it'd be, I don't want at least $1,000 to fix that. Maybe even more. You know, to tear that off, reframe it, beef it up, and then the paneling. Man, the paneling's like $70. And then the other thing that I don't like that obviously has been replaced or repaired is this piece of paneling here. See, this has all been replaced. So somebody at some time has done some repairs and stuff on this. But what do you expect from a 1967, 58 years old? So that's a year older than me. I'll be 58 this year. So man, it might have 59 years old. But I love it. I love it. I love it. You know, but it's structural. It's sound. And then there is some, I think I already talked about it. I'm going to get underneath. I'll show underneath it later. But I'm going to get underneath it and take a, you know, get a wheel, a wire wheel, and wire brush all the cross members and everything because they're pretty rusty. And then I'll, you know, put a coating over them. Maybe some liner stuff, whatever it's called. What the heck is that? Huh. I don't even know what that is. Interesting, man. I just love it. But really having got a few things, man. Miss Kitty's got a big list of stuff to put in here. I'm just out here doing a few things. Why it's cool. It's been so dang hot, man, out here. I don't want to be out here doing stuff. See how that lifts right there? That's pretty firm. And I ain't trying to get a brand new trailer. I knew what I was getting when I bought it. And I'm just going to fix things till I get it to where, well, I'm already happy with it. I just don't want things to fall apart, so I'm going to keep working to upgrade it all the time. And personally, I could live in this for the rest of my life and I'd be totally happy. So out here would be the one wall of the barn that the tree fell on. See that beam right there? Ooh. So I know, gosh dang, all that big in that. Oh, I know I have stuff that I would want in that camp trailer and all that. And then we got the other side of the barn where all the hand tools and tools are piled up. Phew. Looks like a lot of dang work to me. And then just got a update notice or whatever on our camera, or on our phone about the fire. And they've now closed down Highway 95 between Midvale, Idaho and Weiser, Idaho. So I don't know exactly what the fire is doing. Pretty insane, man. That's about 50 miles probably from us. Great. So this is an old thermometer. Let's see, it was made by the St. Libre Indian School, Ashland, Montana. But this thermometer, back on the videos, I've talked about this thermometer before, that Louie, which was really good friends with my grandpa, you know, kind of like an uncle growing up. But up in McCall, you know, we had our cabin, and, well, there's, our cabin, Grandma Bertha's cabin, my great-grandma's cabin, and then Louie's cabin. And Louie had an old fridge, you know, it's where I, you know, the things that you see and learn in life. It had an old fridge smoker. And then on the pine tree, and I need to look when I'm up there, I've talked about it before. I always pull up there and look at the cabins. But he had one of these thermometers hanging on the tree, the pine tree, when I was a kid. Why I remember that, I don't know. But anyway, it's been hanging in the cabin, but I'm going to find a place and hang it in the trailer. So we got Red up to, well, actually, he ended up, or we found one for him, but he ended up getting a room in New Meadows, and I think it was $70 a night, so half. So I think we found him one with the discount, and it was $162, so yeah, less than half. And he actually is going to stay a couple of nights. So we're going to go up while he goes through the helicopter plane. I'm sure it's for the fire one or something, maybe. There's another one coming behind it. Anyway, so got him up there, does the procedure tomorrow, and then he's going to, after he gets out of that, we're going to take him back to the motel and take him back to the motel, and he's gonna take another night just to chill out and stuff in the motel, and that'll be it for that. And then today it's gonna be a short video because I don't, you know, other than doing that and these fires, you know, and I was just looking on the Idaho 511, which is supposed to tell you, you know, road conditions closed, you know, and all this kind of stuff. It's not telling me nothing. And then the county sheriff's departments, they're saying it's closed. So I don't know if it's closed from Midvale to Weiser, or I don't know. Last I heard, it was closed. And then we met old boy at there's a place we stop between, you know, on our way up to McCall. We stopped, stretch our legs, go potty if we got it and stuff, man. And old boy pulled in there and, you know, oh man, I recognize you, you know, and I don't. I'm not going to be, oh yeah, I'm on YouTube. I just ain't like that, but I ended up after he said it a couple of times, oh, maybe you see me on YouTube. So, hey. But that was pretty cool. So we visited with him for a few minutes and then boogied on. But now it's getting close to my dinner time. And thank you to all you firefighters and everything. Be careful out there. Man, this heat, fighting them fires. So my thoughts and prayers are with all y'all for that. We appreciate it. And I haven't even looked at it here in the last few minutes, but it blew up. Good Lord willing, them creeks don't rise. We'll be back again tomorrow. See ya.